If you look around your organization, you can probably find that one person who's this custodian of all the secrets and knows all the tricks of the trade, and who everyone turns to when they want to know what to do next. Know that person? And if your organization is like most, you'd probably find someone in the team who thinks if they didn't come to work one day, business would come to a standstill. They know that they are indispensable to this business. Sounds familiar? Hello and welcome to another edition of Chai with Pi, our weekly series of videos where I try and share simple stories and lessons to help each of us become just a bit better. Jim Collins, the man who wrote Built to Last and Good to Great, and clearly a fabulous management thinker, tells this story of a time teller in a village. So the story goes that there was this little village and they had this old man who had this power to be able to tell the time. So no matter what time of the day or night it was, he would just look up at the skies and see the stars and the moon and be able to tell the exact time. So he could tell you that it was 15 minutes past 3 and 12 seconds past that, or it was 9:53:47. He could tell the time like no one else could. And the villagers all felt, wow, what a great guy this is. We are so lucky we've got this guy with magical power. And then one day, the time teller died. And after that, no one in the village knew how to tell the time. If you think about it, you'll find that the time teller actually exists in our organizations, right? It's that person who has all the answers but keeps it to himself or herself. And the point that Jim Collins makes is a good one. Good leaders learn to be clock builders and not just time tellers. Become the kind of person who builds clocks, so even when you are gone, the world will continue to know how to tell the time. Build those processes, build those systems, build that knowledge which allows people to tell the time, rather than spend a lifetime being valued as the person who has this magical ability to tell the time. It is such a powerful idea. And if you want to be a good leader, maybe this is just that one lesson that you need to remember. Focus on building clocks, not on your ability to just tell the time. How do you do that? And maybe there are 2 or 3 simple things that can help all of us become better clock builders. First, be a sharer and not a hoarder of information. If you know something, learn to share it. Don't try and make yourself indispensable by holding on to that knowledge. Don't try and take great pride in the fact that nobody else in the organization knows those answers. Share, teach, make sure that you're helping spread the knowledge rather than trying to keep it to yourself. Second, don't focus too much on being seen as a great leader. Instead, focus on building leaders. Good leaders build great leaders. And that's a truth that's true across organizations. Show me an organization which is struggling to build leaders, and I'll show you a poor leader at the top. And I think it's important for each of us to recognize that our jobs as leaders includes growing leaders. So don't just say, I know how to tell the time. Try and make sure you're building an army of people, all of whom know how to tell the time. So build those clocks that will allow people to tell the time. And the third and the last one really is this: don't get too caught up in the present. Being able to tell the time now is good, but it's not quite as valuable as saying, hey, what will happen 5 years from now? What will happen 10 years out? Will we continue to have a system in place where we can tell the time? Remember that if you're too caught up in the present and if you're too caught up in your own world, you might discover that somebody else is building those clocks, and your magical ability to tell the time will become irrelevant. Avoid irrelevance. Remember, become a clock builder and not a time teller. That's all in this week's edition of Chai with Pi. Do remember to hit the subscribe button, share this video, And hey, if you have any comments or suggestions to offer, I'm waiting to hear. That's all. Until next time, enjoy your chai. And yes, stay safe.